The main bottleneck that I see that many brands have is that they are limited in the amount of ad creatives that they can pump out, and therefore only receive a limited amount of winning ads to scale their brand. Most of the time of their creative strategies is going to research and actually analyzing like what kind of angles will perform well, what kind of language to use in their ads, and so on. Once the research is done, writing the scripts is actually way faster. So in this video, I want to share a method that we've been using in my agency to actually do this process really fast and efficient with AI, and thereby 2xing or 3xing the creative output of brands that we then scaled really fast due to all the new winning ads that we've created and generating results like you can see here on the screen. Now the method that we use for that is review mining, and probably this is already something that you're implementing. Maybe you're implementing it manually, but basically if you go through your reviews or your competitor reviews, you'll exactly see what the pain point was pre-purchase. You will see what their trigger is to buy. You will also see like failed attempts to solve it, maybe competitor products and things that they didn't solve for them, and also the transformation, of course. And if you find all of these points in one review, you have a so-called golden nugget review, which is basically a review that sticks out so well and includes everything so well that it's potentially great copy for advertising, and you can just basically take that and make an ad out of it. So here are some examples of these golden nugget reviews. Here you have a review and then basically the breakdown what is what. So here I have hormonal cystic acne and thought I would never be able to get rid of it. That's the pain. Then the failed attempt. I tried every over-the-counter topical acne product and they never seemed to work. I got tired of spending an arm and a leg on products I didn't see results with. That's of course the failed solution. And then I decided to try FLO after seeing amazing results online. That's the trigger, seeing amazing results online. And then the transformation, I immediately noticed my skin clearing up after only using the vitamins for a few days. And basically what you can do with this is just take it and make a UGC organic testimonial review out of this, right? So you can just have someone talking about it with some B-rolls, actually just reading this script basically. And this can be a really strong ad, especially if you see that in your reviews, you have the same pain, you have the same trigger, you have the same fail attempts over and over again. Now this is just one review, but here of course we have another example. So here we have again the failed attempt. And now here, there's an objection. And especially if you find objections often in your reviews, you also want to mention that in your ads, because basically people that want to buy will also have objections. But here you can see, although the price tag seemed high, this is the objection. I began to realize I likely spent 5 times that amount in the past 5 to 6 years. So they already give you the objection handling because they already have handled their objections themselves. And now you can just use that and basically use this in an ad for the same type of archetype of a person who thinks that the price is high, but they basically haven't handled their own objection yet. Okay. And then again, of course, here the transformation. Now here another example, you can just pause the video and read through it if you want. And here another one. This one is actually from Amazon. Again, if you don't have many reviews yet and are just launching your product, you can look up similar products on Amazon and then actually find what people like and dislike about it and what the reasons actually is why they buy and what their pain points and transformation are. Now you can do this manually, and if you find great reviews, you can just take them and turn them into scripts that will perform very well, very likely, if many people mention the same things in reviews over and over again, because then you are targeting exactly this archetype before buying. But now with AI and ChatGPT, we can actually speed up this process, and here's where you can combine volume and quality. Now this is a non-bullshit approach. We won't just tell ChatGPT, hey, write a script for this or that product, because then it basically just comes up with some generic script which is based on nothing. And this is exactly what we want to avoid. Instead, we actually want to use this review mining method, but with ChatGPT, so that the concepts are based on data. So here's how to do it. Here's a brand that we've just recently onboarded, and they already have a lot of success in one country, and now they actually want to expand to the UK. So they already have a good amount of reviews here. Now, instead of going through all the reviews manually and reading it and like, okay, what is one pain point that people mentioned over and over again, you can just speed up this process by a lot. Very important, you need the paid version of ChatGPT. But again, this is definitely worth it because you can think, okay, you can just spend $20 on ChatGPT, or you can hire another creative strategist to increase your volume. So in ChatGPT, we want to use this prompt. We basically wanted to review mine all of these reviews for us and actually count their pain points, their triggers, and so on. So this is the prompt I'm using. Make a list of most common things that customers like or don't like about this product, and then you input the product link, okay? And then you say, very important, you should include things that repeat over and over so that we don't have like something based on just one review, because then of course it will resonate with only a small audience. We want angles that resonate with the biggest possible audience so that it's actually scalable. So we tell it to include only things that repeat over and over again, and then actually separate them by very common, moderately common, and not common. Here again, from this we will have some niche angles, from this we will have the most scalable angles. Then divide it into 7 categories, and every category should at least have 5 bullets. Here are the categories: pain point and problems, desired outcomes, purchase prompts, main value propositions, unique features and benefits, uncertainty and perceived risk, and objections. Also, for our context, we say after each bullet, write a short explanation sentence about the bullet point, giving more context. And this is what ChatGPT output. So, pain points and problems, desired outcomes, purchase prompts, unique value propositions, basically all the categories we have mentioned, right? And this is already like sorted and analyzed based on all the reviews here, instead of us going through the review mining framework that I've shown you before and doing it all manually. So again, here you can see very common pain points here, from prolonged standing or walking. Flat feet issues, very common as well. Lack of proper arch support from regular shoes, very common. Then you have also less common things that you can later use for segmented audiences to scale even further by making ads that appeal to them. Then here are the desired outcomes that they want to achieve. Again, of course, sorted by how often people mention it. Here are the purchase prompts, why they bought it. So of course, like pain, the main reason, doctor recommendation, moderately common, but also very useful, because we can mention in the script something like my doctor actually recommended this from this brand, and that builds authority. Then unique value propositions. So especially for an audience that's already product aware, you can tell them, okay, so because they have the arch support, this is actually like a unique value proposition in comparison to other cheaper, low quality insoles. Or also the effectiveness for various conditions. I wouldn't mix it necessarily up in one concept, because then we try to talk to everyone, but you can like make a script for flat feet, and then you can make a script for people who have this, and so on and so on. So again, here we have unique features and benefits, and then perceived risk and uncertainty. Again, you can mention exactly this in the script, because this is what people are worried about before they buy, and then by mentioning it and resonating it, it actually comes across very authentic and honest and takes away that uncertainty. For example, people worried that it won't fit into all shoes, and then you can just say, okay, I was worried that it won't fit into these and that shoes, but actually because they are flexible, or whatever you want to say here, if it's true, you can mention it. They actually fit into all kind of shoes. Then of course here objections, you also want to handle objections in your script. So for example, bad experience with insoles, they have tried other insoles and it didn't work for them, leading to skepticism. So here it can help to explain why actually yours are better, or what exactly they do better and why it works. Now this will already save your creative searches a lot of time, but again, you can even take it a step further and even let it produce some scripts for you. Usually they need some adjustment. I would never just take a script from ChatGPT and use it as it is. With this framework, you can actually get some scripts that are better than the average of the market, because the average advertiser, they just don't base it on enough research or even steal ads, or some write even concepts just based on their own assumptions without actual research. So what we're gonna do is letting ChatGPT base its scripts on actual market research and on the reviews. The scripts will turn out way better than if you just tell ChatGPT, hey, write me a script for this product, which is just a random script. So if you or the person on your team is not experienced, these scripts might even be better than the ones that your team or you come up with. But if you want the best performance, you of course need someone who's actually experienced in taking these, or taking ideally just the research and then assembling a script that performs much better. But anyway, let's proceed to the prompt you can use to now actually get some scripts, or at least ideas for scripts based on the research. So now you say, okay, now take all this information and script 5 authentic testimonial scripts ready to use for a UGC testimonial video. Make sure the language used is the same as in the reviews you processed, so it resonates with the audience and sounds like a real human talking and not scripted. And then it puts out 5 testimonial reviews. So here you can see it made use of the skepticism before buying, and then they go into actually handling the objection. Like I've tried so many insoles for my flat feet, again a condition that many customers have, nothing really worked. And then, but with these, they are firm, they don't collapse. So exactly, this is going exactly into like the benefits that the other products that people tried don't have. And this like takes their doubt away that this won't work for them and actually let them believe that it will work for them. And that of course leads to a buying decision. And then finishing with, I wish I found these sooner. So very organic, not a strong CTA, but still if organic testimonial reviews work for you, you can actually just take and test this. Here's another angle, and again you can just also use this for angle inspiration. Long hours at work. So I'm on my feet all day at work, like all day. This again sounds very organic, like a human being actually. And then the pain in my heels, but with the insoles the difference is unreal. And then here again some benefits. What I would change about this script is actually mentioning what kind of work they do, because the more specific you are, the better, and this will resonate with people who do the same type of work. But of course it will also still resonate with other people that are on their feet all day long. For example, you could take here a waiter who's working all day on their feet. Then here we have again another angle, fitness enthusiast. I started running more recently, but my flat feet were killing me. Here, doctor's recommendations. So many actually strong angles based on research. The busy mom and so on. And now also what you can do if you, for example, like this, and this is a like audience that makes sense testing, then you can say, write me 3 more variations for testimonial number 3. And then you actually get different variations. So for example, the gym goer, more specific, not just fitness, the runner in training, and the weekend warrior. So I'm not a professional athlete or anything, but I love going on weekend hikes. So as you can see, this provides you with a lot of research done for you, but also already scripts and angles that you can just take for inspiration and use. And the best thing is, because it's based on data and actual reviews, it will resonate with big segments of your audience. Of course, you still need a creative strategy, like what customer persona to target first, what pain point to target first, what ad formats to use, and so on. If you need help with this and someone to do all your creative strategy and pump out high performing ads on a monthly basis, there's a link in my description. Just click on it, schedule a call with me, and we can discuss it. Or if you want to try it yourself first, check out this video where I explain our 8-figure creative strategy, how we run it, and then you can just take and implement it.